I'm Stephen Donkers, and I'll explain how one Canadian clothing company is taking your old donated suits and helping unemployed men secure work. It'll be business as usual at City Hall now that Mayor Rob Ford gets to keep his job. Coming up later, we'll tell you what the public has to say about it. I'm Stephen Donkers. Last year, Peterborough's airport was the busiest airport without air traffic control. Coming up, I'll have details on whether a control tower will be necessary in the near future. A nice suit can cost hundreds of dollars, but if you can't afford one, Canada's largest menswear retailer has kicked off its yearly suit donation drive.
Obviously your suits, ties, overcoats, dress pants, just anything.
The idea is to help jobless men looking for work. This outlet will be sending donated clothes to the Brock Mission Men's Shelter in Peterborough. Now, according to Statistics Canada, the national unemployment rate is more than 7%, but Peterborough's unemployment rate is more than 11%. And with high local unemployment, a good appearance can help score a job when going to an interview.
It's the first impression, right? So if an employer sees you for the very first time and you dress appropriately, that shows to them that you're professional, you're going to be ready to go.
O'Malley says she expects more than 1,000 suits to be donated at this one outlet alone.
It's been amazing, the response we've had from the community. It's been really nice. So I think this year is going to be even more successful than previous years.
This national suit donation drive continues to the end of July. Stephen Donkers, Chuck's Newswatch, Peterborough. You could call it a successful takeoff. This airport was the busiest in the country without an air traffic control tower last year. There were more than 30,000 takeoffs and landings, or movements as they're called.
It's a combination of, I think, our expansion plans. All levels of government have put in a significant amount of revenues into the airport to expand, and certainly the city of Peterborough being the most significant.
In the past 3 years, close to $30 million has been spent upgrading the airport. The runway has been extended, and there is a new terminal building. Next year, Seneca College will be using the airport for its aviation program, which will make this airport even busier. That program is expected to nearly double the action on the runway. Jarve says with more traffic coming, the airport and the city are looking into getting a control tower.
Well, certainly, especially with Seneca College's arrival, I mean, they're bringing 19 airplanes themselves, and they have 150 students that will be flying 11 months of the year. That creates a risk, and so we're working through a risk analysis right now to determine what the future would look like for a control tower.
We are negotiating with the feds to bring a control tower to Peterborough. They're going to need to have a place, once Buttonville shuts down, that tower will be relocated, and Peterborough would be the logical site for it.
While the airport leads Canada in the number of movements, it doesn't make a lot of money, just 10%. Most revenue here comes from leasing land for hangars. Stephen Donkers, Chuck's Newswatch, Peterborough. Around 1:30 a.m. Wednesday morning, 3 women were struck by bullets inside this Brampton strip club along Melanie Drive off Steeles Avenue East. The 3 unidentified women were rushed to Brampton Civic Hospital. 2 of the women are listed in critical but stable condition, and the third has non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to be released today. No arrest has been made in the shooting, but Constable George Tudos says the Peel Regional Police are talking with witnesses and looking into who opened fire and why.
What they're trying to do is make sure that they got the evidence from witnesses, and also by looking at the surveillance cameras and footage that they can come with the correct description of the suspect.
Some people who live and work in the local area say the shooting is a surprise, but consider the area safe.
Well, it's a strip club, so sometimes things like that might happen, but it doesn't happen that often around here. Once a year, there might be an incident.
The police are continuing with their investigation of the shooting and ask if anybody has information on the shooting to please come forward. Reporting from Brampton, Stephen Donkers, Humber News.